I'm Carl Olson.
I'm Destin Bigsby.
And I'm Kieran Reiser.
And we're here
to support renewable energy
across America.
Mr. President, we live in an age where renewable energy has become our only solution to impending climate change and a struggling economy.
Everybody's life is affected by this issue of energy. They don't think about it, but they get up in the morning and perhaps take a shower. That's energy coming from a hot water heater. They turn off an alarm clock first. That's energy coming from electricity. They then go down and perhaps have a slice of toast. That's energy with a toaster. Every waking moment almost is blessed with abundant energy resources in this country.
Since we live in one of the top renewable energy states, we thought we would take a trip to Palm Springs, California and see renewable energy up close. We were curious how wind energy has advanced over the years, where it stands today, and the possibilities for an even more efficient tomorrow.
This is a lattice-type wind turbine. It was invented in the 1980s, and it is the first kind of wind turbine that has been placed on this field. It is ineffective, though, because if the wind blows too hard, it will be forced to shut down. One wind turbine nowadays can replace 16 of these.
Behind us, we have a 2-megawatt wind turbine being constructed. It powers 500 homes and pays for itself in 5 years.
These are natural gas turbines. They are used to compensate for days when the wind isn't strong enough. Because if we don't have enough electricity, power goes out. Luckily, these are cleaner than coal or other fossil fuels.
Now here's the dilemma. Nearly 2/3 of the oil that we use in America, we have to get from somewhere else. We use 1/4 of all the oil that's sucked out of this planet every single day. We put straws in this planet called drilling rigs, and we drill holes very deep in the surface of this planet, and we find oil, and we suck oil out of the planet, and 1/4 of it must come to this little spot on the globe called the United States of America. That is the prodigious appetite we have for energy.
And one of the questions we're asking is, why is Shell, a major petroleum company, interested in making wind energy?
Companies such as Shell understand that renewable energy is the future. For the last 60 years, renewable energy consumption has been climbing steadily and is predicted to take an even more dramatic climb.
As the more we rely on American-made energy, the less oil we buy from other countries, the more jobs we create here at home.
The United States right now, 1.26% of its electricity is coming from wind. That employs roughly 800,000 people. By the year 2030, we want to be at 20%. That means 75% of all new electricity coming on the grid is going to be wind energy. With that, 20% growth of 800,000 jobs. We're tapping into the renewable resources quite well. We're utilizing wind, which we get 220 days of wind producing electricity. And we also tap into 325 days of sun. So we are using solar.
U.S. renewable energy consumption for 2011 states that petroleum, natural gas, coal, and nuclear take up approximately 91% of the total energy consumption in the United States, leaving only 9% of the whole to renewables. Mr. President, we need to expand the 9% to a greater proportion. So we decided to look into solar technology, which is still in its infancy. We met up with numerous solar experts in Los Angeles, California at the Grid Alternatives Solar-thon.
It's an exciting project, and later today we look forward to flipping the switch, and the solar PV panels will be providing this family with solar from the sun.
These solar panels here in this one house, represents like a beginning for what could happen in the future. And we need more support from the president in terms of a vision for driving the economy forward, making it possible for middle class and working class people to bring clean energy into their personal lives, on their homes, to have it used to power electric vehicles, and to have a cleaner, safer environment. I think, there's a big deal made of Sandy and its influence on the election, but what I'm hoping is that the election will influence the future so that there's fewer Sandys.
We're just doing 10 houses today in this neighborhood, but if you came back here in 5 years or 10, I think what you'd see is a multiplication effect.
Well, if California can do it, I don't see why the other states in the United States can't do it either. Right now, we're the leader. We are at 20% of our state's power coming from renewable sources. It's amazing. In 2020, we hope to achieve 33%. If we can do it, everybody across the United States can do it.
Next, we went to MNX Solar in Seal Beach, California to see the most efficient solar panel in the world. We talked with Adam Plesniak, Director of Advanced Technology and member of American Solar Energy Society.
The important thing to remember is that efficiencies in all of solar energy continue to climb. They continue to go higher, which is really good for the future of solar energy, because as we get more efficient, we will be converting more energy from the sun to electricity.
Dear Mr. President, solar is the next big thing. It's going to be just as big as computers, the internet, everything like that. It's going to take a little while to get there, but it will be big.
So this country is on the path towards more energy independence, and that's good for everybody. It's good for people's pocketbooks. It's good for the environment. It's good for our national security. We don't want our economy dependent on something that happens on the other side of the world.
There are people out there that think renewable energy is not the answer. They believe that we should continue to focus on cheaper alternatives like coal and fossil fuels. But the truth is, we are going through extreme climate change, and 2/3 of the oil in this country comes from foreign soil. Renewable energy is the future, yet approximately 9% of our country's energy comes from renewable sources. If we put more focus on renewables, we can have more jobs and a safer environment for this generation and hundreds of generations to come. Mr. President, we need your continued support to move forward and spread renewable energy across America.